Hi everybody, welcome to Missy's Imaginings. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you coming along to watch a video. I know it's been a little while. I have the surgery coming up on my hand, that's confirmed. The steps we were taking to make improvements, while it would improve and get a little bit more pain relief, it wasn't producing the long-term corrections that we needed. So yeah, I'll tell a little bit more about that at the end. So if you're squeamish or you really don't care, you don't need to worry about that. But since I have not been sewing because of this, I have been trying to get some patterns ready for you guys so you have plenty to keep you busy. And I've done the patterns in both the MSD size and the the third scale 66 centimeter size. So I thought I'd go over a couple of those things just because I'm not sewing them to show you. So this way I can give you a couple clarifications if you're wanting to sew those patterns. We'll take a look first here at the MSD size. His basic set is on the website already and it's there for you to use. And I use this set to draft all the other patterns. So this is the set that was directly taken from the doll, and if you try to sew it, you're just going to get a really tight bodysuit. So at least use stretchy fabric. And of course mine won't have all the decorative things that I do on the computer, because these are you can see through the back there, these are the very raw original drafts, so they're not pretty yet, but they have all the pieces. The first pattern we'll look at is the front drape Harem Pants. And these pants are pretty simple. Anytime when you're looking at my patterns, if you see a little line on one of the edges or halfway down a leg and it says overlap, that means that that will be cut out and taped to the other piece where it says connect to front back A before cutting your fabric. So you actually tape those pieces together so you get the whole thing before you cut your fabric. So that's what those are for, just because I can't fit a whole pattern piece on one sheet of paper. So on the front Harem Pants, the front and back of the pants is one piece, and you just cut one for the front and one for the back. But the drape piece looks like it has a really, really skinny leg, and so this would have this edge, which is the hem of the drape, hemmed first. Then you would lay it on top of the front of the pants and just baste along this edge and along this edge. And that way it's already attached to the front when you go to put the pants together. So then this piece is not connected to the front, but will look like a drape over on the front. Now the option with these pants is you can just do the front drape, or you could cut two pieces and do one on the back as well. It's totally up to you, whatever you wish to do. This pattern set comes with the pants, and it comes with a pullover hoodie. And on the hoodie pieces, let me find the right one. All right, because this is a sleeve. The hoodie will have a dot on the back of the hood, as well as a line right here that comes out at an angle on the back piece, and you would only sew up to that angle. So then when you put the hood onto the body of the hoodie, you're going to end up with a hole in the back that runs from this far up the back of the hood down to this far back on the back piece. And those, because it has excess here, and this is made to allow for this bit of excess, then that would simply create a hole so that the doll's head could go more easily up into the sweater and give more room. Because if you make it strictly a pullover, sometimes depending on the size of the head of your doll, the head is too big to go through the whole of the shirt. For instance, on this t-shirt, it's a really big neck, so I'm able to really squeeze it over the head. But if this were smaller, like a tight necked t-shirt, it wouldn't go over the head. So you either have to remove the head completely, or if you sew down the back and leave about from here open, it opens up that neck with that portion of the back to make it open big enough for the head. And if there's a hood on it, you need to allow for that as well. So that extra give will allow you to get the garment on the doll, then just overlap the back of that hoodie a little bit with a snap and close it so that it will appear closed once it's on and snapped. So I hope that makes sense, but it's just the easiest way to have an actual pullover garment with a hood that you can still get on your doll without having to take off the head. So that's how that's put together, and that's how those pants are put together. So that's the front drape pants and the pullover hoodie. The next pattern we'll look at is the wrap pleat pants, and these pants are designed to, and there's a picture of them on the actual pattern that you download, but they're designed to, once the garment is on the doll, and of course these are more like a sweatpants, so they probably won't have enough give, but we'll see if we can illustrate here by making this fan out. So the wrap pleat pants are designed that once they're on the doll, the front or the side will come like this and wrap around the front and then put a snap there, and that creates the pleat that runs down the length of the leg like this. So that's what they're designed to do, and that's why there's so much room on the front and lines for where that pleat will fold over, but you don't sew any of them down. You could feasibly tack this one down just enough to get your, if you want a decorative button on the front, or just to secure your snap, so that when you fold it over and snap it would look nice. But that's why it's designed that way. Now these pants, and let me look at the, I believe, yes, the Harem Pants just have a ribbing style waistband that you can also add elastic or a drawstring. These pants will have, let's see what kind of waistband they have. I think it's just a facing. So there's facing pieces, so they won't actually have a waistband, but this top edge of the fabric will be the top edge of your pants, and there will be no waistband. So the facing will make it finished so it looks nice, and then once you fold it over and press it, that helps keep your facing down, and then snap it, that'll keep it in place. But no waistband on those. This pattern also comes with a turtleneck pieces for the MSD size. So I thought that would be an easy way to have some basic pieces if you want to design other garments. You have a basic hoodie here, you've got a turtleneck, which gives you some easy to follow pieces. Then, let's see, I believe the last one is still in here. Oh, I've got so many things in my folders here. Let's see here. Aha. And the last one was the side snap pants, and these can be sewn in a couple different ways. So when you put the center front together, deal with the fly if you want it, put the back, center back together, they can be sewn and assembled in a couple different ways. The first way is that the front pieces are totally separate from the back pieces, therefore they don't connect at all except when you snap them together on the sides. If you do it that way, there are pieces, waistband, there we go. The waistband piece for the fronts will be long enough so you can adjust it once the pocket's in. So there'll be a waistband piece for the top, each side of the fly. Then there is, oh, here it is on the same piece. This piece is for the back of the pants, and then you hem the edges and do the inseam together, but then the sides are not connected at all. And so this extra width right here is so that that can be folded over with a little bit of extra fabric to help secure some of your decorative snaps or buttons, and be able to either be underneath the front or overlap the front, however you want to sew them, and have enough fabric to do that. Because if you only have a seam allowance but none extra, there's enough for those pieces to meet but not to overlap and then be able to fit with your snaps. It would make them too small. So this extra is for the overlap, because the front and the back are going to overlap and be connected with snaps. So that's what those are for. And then there is a t-shirt that comes with that. So hopefully that's just a quick rundown on the first way to sew these. The second would be to combine the lengths of your waistband, which would be 2 of these and this, and make it one long piece connecting at the seam lines. And you'd have to cut an extra piece here to get the length. And to actually put a waistband on like normal and tack the top, side, front, and the top side of the back together so that the waistband is actually complete, and then it would snap down the side, but you wouldn't actually have it come all the way apart. So it's totally up to you however you want to put those together, just whatever your taste might be. If you do it that way, I would just fit it on your doll just to make sure you've got it where you want it before you do the overlap, so that it overlaps correctly. When you put the waistband on, already have that overlap fitted to the doll, because if you just have them the seam allowance, then there's not going to be any overlap for the leg part. So you want to make sure the overlap is taken into account, pinned in place, then put on your waistband, so it's all ready in position to have those snaps go down the leg. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I'm not talking in too many circles. So there we go. We'll go ahead and put that. So that's the pieces that are available for the quarter scale. Now on the third scale, my fella already has, these guys have a lot of patterns. And so I wanted to have a couple things that were a little bit new for them and were just a little bit more variety. So the front drape harem pants is just that, sewn the same way. Then the wrap pleat pants pattern has the pants, but it also has a tank top with an angled hem, which I thought was fun, and a very long shirt that, of course, the pieces have to be put together. So this is the front facing, and then this is front facing that you would add. So it's a very long shirt, a big flowy shirt, and of course it's like a concert performance piece. But I thought it would be fun just to have some variety, to have this long flowy shirt. It does have a yoke in the back of the shirt. So now I lost my back piece. Oh, where'd he go? Here it is. So on the back, of course, you have to connect the front, the back top and the back bottom there, A and B, so you have the right length. And then to make this pleat, you simply take this line and bring it to the center, this line and bring it to the center and stitch down, then put the yoke on. So then that would finish out the back of your shirt with the pleat in the center of the yoke on the back. So that's the only kind of special note for that shirt. And then of course the pants we already talked about are the same for that guy. So this one just has those couple extra pieces that I haven't really done the long flowy shirt or the tank top for that size guy yet, but they're on here. If you want to reduce those, you could probably do that. And then for the side snap pattern set for the SD size, here it is. It features a baseball type shirt. So there's the front and the back, which are basically the same, except the neckline of the back is higher. And on the baseball shirt, it's kind of the same thing that we talked about regarding necklines. If you don't have stretchy fabric, you're going to need to sew the back as 2 pieces. So you're going to need to cut along this dotted line rather than the solid line to allow a seam allowance so that you can sew to about here and leave that neck opening and the back opening undone so you can get the head through. If it's really stretchy and you know the size of your doll's head and you do a ribbed neckline, then it's going to be fine to stretch over your doll's head. You just always want to be careful of eyelashes. So this back can be either sewn either way as 1 piece and just rib the neckline like a baseball t-shirt. But if you want to ensure that it is a big enough opening, you can do the back as 2 pieces, sew to about here, and then once it's on the doll, connect with a little snap to close that back, just overlap it a little bit. So that's a couple ways you can do the baseball shirt. And then of course the sleeve, the front and the back are white, and then the sleeve will be a contrasting color along with the ribbed neckline will be a different color. So just a traditional baseball shirt. Then there's also a pattern, and it's designed to fit either foot just to make it simpler for you. And there's the sole piece that does not have a seam allowance along with the upper just to make a slip-on slipper, something casual if your guy needs some slippers. So we have the side snap like sweatpants and a baseball t-shirt for the SD size. So those are the new patterns for the fellas that are on the website that I thought might need just a little bit of an explanation. I know I went through it really fast, so as always, you can feel free to shoot me a question if you want, and I'll happily try to explain that better if I was really confusing. The other thing that I do have ready that I will be posting on the website is a new Maury style outfit for You Are Wrong. And this outfit will have a really cute pair of like little capri length pants, not quite full length pants. So it will come down to about here, but then it'll have a wrap around bottom piece that will produce the little tulip hem. So when this wraps around and overlaps, it will give you that little overlapped tulip style that will be on the hem of the pants. Then there's also a little pullover hoodie for her to add to this set so that she has a little hoodie. And it actually has, it's a little oversized hoodie, but it's cropped so it's a little bit shorter and it flares out at the side. I just thought that'd be kind of fun. And it can be done in lots of different colors. You can add lace, embellishments, and then there is just a very simple little oversized t-shirt that can be sewn with either a 3/4 length sleeve or a full length sleeve. So it can have 2 different lengths of sleeves for you. And then I just thought it was fun also that the hoodie sleeve is a shorter semi-capped hem line on the sleeve, just for a different look. It's just a little bit variety. If you want your hoodie to have a full length sleeve, you can always take these 2 edges and just bring them down to whatever length you want the sleeve. Just extend that. But it was just something for a little bit different look than we've done before. And so that pattern I will be getting ready and putting on the website. It's not there yet, but hopefully when the video goes up, it will be simultaneous or shortly thereafter. And then the last pattern I have is the wig pattern set for the MiroDoll Leo head. He has a, and I put the measurements on here so I wouldn't forget, a 17.2 centimeter or 6 3/4 inch circumference to his head. So if you have someone who's similar sized and you want a wig pattern, then this is what it ends up looking like once it's done using the top set. But then I also did a style that has more angled pieces to put them together. So either this is one set or this is one set. You can use whichever one you want. You can sew them with or without sideburns. So it's just something, hopefully it'll be handy, and it'll fit this guy, which is the MiroDoll Leo, who I just think turned out really cute. So there we go. So there's all the patterns, and there's my rambling as far as that goes. So then on Leo here, this is the MiroDoll Leo. He is the 44 centimeter body, and when I measured, oh, I undid his pants, didn't I, for that example? There we go. He is from foot to the top of the head 44 centimeters. So he does not have a 44 centimeter body. The entire doll is 44 centimeters. And but he did turn out really cute, even though I got the wrong color head for him. And let's see if we'll bring him closer, and hopefully we'll see. I do need to adjust the one side of eyelashes. They kind of came down at a weird angle, but anyway, I didn't have the lilac eyes that they have on their website, but I did have blue, so I thought he turned out really well. But he needed a friend, so I ordered a Resinsoul. Oh, and I'll put her name here on the screen because I don't remember, which I know is terrible. But I had looked at, well, I've looked at Resinsoul dolls a lot, and I love the M-E-I, or M-E-I spelling of their quarter scale doll. But she has the old body, she has elf ears, and the old body, which has single jointed elbows and knees. And I really wanted the double jointed elbows and knees, even though that newer body is a little bit taller. But I really liked the original face on, I'll just say May, because Me, I think, is the taller 60 centimeter one. But the MEI, and I really loved her little face, but I didn't want the elf ears because this fella's not an elf. So he has regular ears. So I didn't want elf ears. So hopefully I didn't miss that, because in the photos the doll had a wig on. But I didn't prefer that, and I liked that little face though. And the one doll, I think her name is She, I didn't like her face as much. But then I saw this one, and like I say, her name is here. I think it was Zhu. I don't remember. Anyway, I'll put it there. But I thought her face more resembled that first little May or Me face that I really liked. So I thought, well, okay, I think I'll go ahead and try to get that little doll to be his friend. And I didn't want to wait and wait and wait for an order to come in. So I looked on Denver Doll Emporium, which is where I bought this. It came priority mail in like 2 or 3 days. It didn't take very long at all because it was in stock. So it arrived safely. I'm happy about that. And that's when I saw the little doll they had, and I really liked her face. So without further ado, we'll open this and see what we have inside. I believe the listing said she would also come with a bag and eyes, so I'm curious. I don't remember. I know it's terrible. I should pay more attention, but I don't. So we're going to open up our box here. And I'll take out this. Okay, so here we go. The fun is beginning. So it comes from Denver Doll Emporium. So it has a little card here. It says fast and fresh with a little pizza box. That's cute. And it looks like, oh, there's a little gummy candy pizza. So that's a very sweet, in a little bag. So very cute. And then the box is a Bobobie box because, as most of you will probably know, but if not, it's always okay not to know. I believe, and I could say it backwards, but I believe Bobobie does all the casting for Resinsoul. So if you buy a Resinsoul doll, a lot of times they'll come from Bobobie Doll Mall. And then it's the same sculpts too if you buy them from, okay, now I gotta try to open this. If you buy some of the sculpts from Bobobie, they are the very same sculpts as Resinsoul. Okay. Okay, so we'll take the box, which is kind of cute. So here's the top of the box, and then the side of the box. There we go. So we have Zune, there we go. So you've already seen her name on the screen. Undo the bag. Okay. So let's take her out of the box and out of the bag and check out this body type. And she does have eyes. So she does have blue eyes. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see her a little bit better. So we'll do that. Alright, so let's check out her hands. And they say you should never just pull on them. So we won't. We'll snip here. Almost. Oh, it was kind of close to the edge there. Okay, and we'll loosen this one. There. Okay. Get rid of the styrofoam, and all her fingers are fine. And so here is the doll. She has very, very delicate little fingers. This body actually looks like it is a mini version of the 60 centimeter Resinsoul female body that I already have. And her name is M.I. for me. And so yeah, so this looks like a mini version of that body. She has a very slender form, and she does have the double jointed elbows. So, and then her little delicate fingers are very pretty, very dainty, and very elegant sculpt in through here on her torso and her back. So the shape is very similar from that larger doll. I wouldn't be surprised if they just scaled down their file and then printed her out and then casted her in a smaller size, because it looks very, very similar. Also has the double jointed knees that will lay flat when they're put on. There we go. So that looks good. It does have the mobility joint in the thigh, and then of course her little ankles. She seems to be strung really well. And there might be a little bit of kickiness in the arms, so I'll probably end up wiring her. And then her little face has a very nice sculpt. And then she came with little blue eyes, so I'm not sure if I'll keep the blue eyes. But overall, very nice. She does have a nice feel to her. She doesn't feel plasticky to me. She has a nice weight for an MSD size. I'm curious here. I'm going to open this mobility joint and see if we can do that and show you the inside. So the whole leg isn't hollow. It's just got enough room for this joint, the ball of this joint, to fit in there. But as you can see, hopefully, it's not just a big hollow leg. So there is substantial resin in there. So she does have a good weight to her. So she was, oh goodness, I think with her shipping right at 200. So for an MSD size, I think she has wonderful quality. The stringing is done well. The resin is not just hollow and plasticky feeling. I mean, of course, we know resin is a type of plastic, but you know what I mean? She doesn't have that shell feeling to her, that it's just a hollow shell. It feels like there's substantial weight to her for her size. And for the price point, you know, you're getting a very, very nice doll for $200 as opposed to, you know, $450 to $500. So very nice, very pretty sculpt, very pretty elegant shape, and yes, very happy with her. So I will be putting a basic set for her on the website when I can get one done. And yeah, very happy with this. She's in the normal color, which I think my window is probably going to kind of bleach her out a little bit. But it's a very light, normal skin tone. And yeah, very, very nice. And I like her little face sculpt. And I like this one. It has kind of the same look I wanted, but with just normal ears, which is what I wanted. I am curious. I have a dress that was from a Tonner Emmy, which I know the waist will be too big, but I was curious to see the scale on how the clothing would fit her, because their Emmy is like the fuller figure one, and I just didn't have another. I guess I have another pink one I could try on her, but so I know the waist of this skirt will be large. I just hope it doesn't fall down. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a little bit of kickiness, but I know some wires will take care of that. So the waist isn't horribly, horribly big. It just kind of rests on her hips pretty well. So let's try the top. Let's see how the top looks. So she'll have some clothes on here. Because I got this and then I don't know that, I think my daughter still might have an Emmy, but I don't. But I did like the outfit, and I thought it was cute, so let's see if, oh yeah, that'll look alright. So, there we go. So there's a little blue sparkly dress for her to wear for the moment. And let's see, does she need a wig? Put a little cream wig. The other ones I have are too small because they fit these fellas. Or else they're too big because they go to 3rd scale. But this one, let's see here. So with the wig on, she does resemble that other sculpt of the MEI, May. And yeah, so I think that'll be perfect. So I'm curious as to see, let's see how she compares in height with Leo. Of course, Leo has shoes on. So here's their height comparison. Of course, if she had shoes, she'd be about here. So yeah, still good size to be good friends. There we go. A good set, I think. So very happy with this and how she turns out. I'm kind of anxious to do her face up. I will probably add a little bit of the clear vinyl, like a little clear vinyl shim under her face that will help her head not to be quite so kicky into a position, because see how it will kind of want to turn. But a lot of times if you just put that little shim in there, it gives enough friction that it holds it in place better. So I'll probably go ahead and shim the head, wire the arms and the legs so they're not quite as kicky. But for a 1/4 scale, I really do like her shape. So very pleased and with how she turned out, and I like how she's going to look. So all in all, very, very happy. And again, I bought her from Denver Doll. Very easy to purchase through them. Very fast service. There were a couple of different reply emails to, like, you know, thank you for your purchase, and then update the shipping information. So that was all very, very pleasant, very efficient, and friendly service. So once again, this is a Resinsoul/Bobobie Zune, XUN, and you can buy her from either company, and because Bobobie does the casting for Resinsoul, but it's her. She has a very nice little shape, so very happy with that. Last on the list is for those of you who are interested and not squeamish. I will let you know what's going on with my hand. So yes, the surgery is scheduled, and what we had done with the brace and all that, though it would give some relief, and then they gave me a medication, what do they call it? Oh, anyway, you'll know the word better than me. But you take it for 4 days, and the word escapes me, and it helped reduce a lot of the swelling, but there's still some, and so these tendons are not gliding through here, through this channel. So they're going to slit from about here to here, and then they're going to take the tendons from these fingers, and they're going to lift the tendon out and cut away the excess membrane that has built up over, you know, years. And it's kind of like, it's not scar tissue because there was no, you know, injury that caused scar tissue, but it's a buildup of tissue from wear. But it's not arthritis, I guess, because it's not a hard calcium buildup. It's like a membrane buildup, the way she explained it. And so they're going to lift up each of those tendons and trim away all that excess, so that the tendons will once again be able to glide through there and give that range of motion that you want. Because right now, you know, you can take your hand and go back, and my hand will go about there. So it can't come back. And if I forget, and that's why I wear the brace a lot if I'm out and about, or the compression band, and because if you go, like, you're in traffic and you go to wave someone and your hand flips like this, it's very painful. I was on my way to physical therapy, and someone needed to get into traffic, and automatically I used his hand, and I was going, yo, come on in, from that side, and I flip, oh, and it hurt so bad. So yeah, it's like, okay, this needs to be fixed. So hopefully they'll be able to correct that, and it will give good results. I've had 2 other surgeries on this hand, and both of them did exactly what they were supposed to do. So here's hoping this one will as well. It'll clear off all these weird bumps and nodules, and let the tendons slide the way they're supposed to, and then we'll be back to sewing and making things like I want to. So there we go. There's our video for the day. Thank you for coming along. I hope the patterns are fun for you to try, and I'll get her basic set done here pretty soon. That way it'll be ready if any of you want to create some things for this quarter scale size. And yeah, so it'll be a fun project for you to work on while my hand will be bandaged and not really doing very much at all. So until next time, I hope you have a great weekend, a great Mother's Day to all you moms, all you adopted moms, all you pet moms, and all you mentor moms. Whatever case it may be, I hope you have a great weekend and a happy holiday, and I will see you next time. Bye.